High in the remote Himalayas, ancient isolation is rapidly transforming into a competitive advantage for modern digital innovation. For decades, the path to building new technology required moving to an expensive, hyper-dense urban center to be near capital and talent. Most developers work inside centralized corporate environments, the node on the left, while building peer-to-peer web architectures, shown on the right. Yet this open-source work is often done in high-distraction offices, where high living costs prioritize short-term growth over deep research. The friction between the decentralized tools being built and the physical environments they were built in has pushed many top-tier engineers to look for a different way to work. Low-orbit satellite internet and expanded fiber optic networks have reached extreme geographic locations, bringing high-speed connectivity to the world's highest peaks. This connectivity allows developers to trade high urban overhead for lower costs of living, enabling multi-year research projects without the immediate pressure of venture capital cycles. Geographic distance is no longer a career-ending limitation, but an opportunity for teams to operate globally from locations that were once entirely disconnected. Veteran engineers and protocol designers are leaving established tech hubs for mountain settlements, trading glass-walled skyscrapers for remote high-altitude villages. These communities follow a disciplined routine: pre-dawn wake-ups, physical training, and communal meals, structured around long, uninterrupted blocks of work. Some developers describe a state of heightened awareness at high altitude, where the lack of urban noise and the presence of natural surroundings allow for sustained concentration on complex engineering. In this environment, the fragmented schedule of meetings and office politics is replaced by deep focus, allowing for the deliberate attention required to write high-quality code. These camps are not intended as retreats. They are extreme environments, engineered specifically to optimize the mental energy needed for difficult software development. The philosophy behind these sanctuaries is that the way creators live should match the architecture of the digital systems they are building. This is a standard corporate pyramid. In these mountain camps, vertical hierarchy is replaced by peer-to-peer collectives without central authority. Instead of traditional management, decision-making is coordinated through global digital networks, remaining independent of centralized headquarters. These groups focus on building privacy-preserving communication networks, decentralized identity protocols, and digital public goods that are owned by the community rather than a single company. By removing the constraints of a centralized office, these developers are testing whether a decentralized lifestyle makes it easier to design the decentralized infrastructure of the future. Operating on the high-altitude frontier brings immediate physical friction that requires a level of resilience not found on corporate campuses. Sudden power grid failures, limited healthcare, and seasonal weather disruptions frequently sever transportation and disrupt the daily flow of work. There is also the risk that an influx of technology workers could destabilize the traditions and fragile ecosystems of the local villages they inhabit. Gaining access to this level of isolation requires a constant trade-off, as developers must manage the harsh logistical realities of living far from modern infrastructure. These remote villages suggest that for deep tech research, high-speed connectivity is becoming more important than physical proximity to a downtown office. The distance acts as a filter, attracting those who value autonomy and long-term thinking over the rapid, often distracted pace of traditional tech hubs. Building the complex architecture of a future internet demands the kind of patience and silence that are increasingly rare in dense urban environments. The future of global innovation no longer requires a glass tower, only a connection and the silence to think.